Hey there everyone, welcome to the Devs Talk. I hope you all are doing good. So guys, आप में से बहुत सारे लोगों ने मुझे मैसेज किया लिंक्डइन पर रिगार्डिंग द रिसोर्सेज के कौन से ऐसे रिसोर्सेज हैं जो आपको जिनके थ्रू आपको जाना चाहिए सो दैट यू कुड लर्न पाइथन, राइट। एंड बहुत सारे लोगों ने ये भी पूछा कि क्या वो अपनी डोमेन को चेंज कर सकते हैं अगर वो आई सॉफ्टवेयर डोमेन में आना चाहते हैं, तो कौन सा वो रोड मैप होगा जिसको वो फॉलो कर सकते हैं। सो गाइस, एक्सप्लोर करते वक्त के कौन से बेस्ट रिसोर्सेज हैं जिसके थ्रू हम पाइथन अच्छे से सीख सकते हैं, इसके लिए बहुत टाइम लगता है। मैंने भी जब शुरू किया था तो while exploring the resources, it took me a lot of time. So just to save your time and to give you a proper guidance and a proper roadmap, मैंने सोचा कि मैं एक प्लेटफॉर्म के थ्रू आप सबको रीच करूं। सो यूट्यूब इज़ द बेस्ट प्लेटफॉर्म टू रीच आउट टू यू ऑल। सो in this video we will be talking about that roadmap and how to get started with Python. Okay, so without doing any further delay, let's get started. Okay, so सबसे पहले वो इस रोड मैप के बारे में बात करते हैं। तो रोड मैप कुछ इस तरह है कि आपको सबसे पहले जो चीज़ है वो पाइथन क्योंकि पाइथन एक बेसिक लैंग्वेज है, प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज है और इजी लैंग्वेज है, ठीक है। तो हम उससे शुरुआत करेंगे। पहले हम पाइथन सीखेंगे, पाइथन बेसिक्स, देन पाइथन एडवांस, देन उसके बाद हम क्या करेंगे, कुछ फ्रेमवर्क्स को सीखेंगे और उस पर प्रोजेक्ट्स करेंगे, डेवलपमेंट के प्रोजेक्ट्स करेंगे। सो विल गो विद Django, एंड फिर हम Django REST फ्रेमवर्क के बारे में जानेंगे और उस पर प्रोजेक्ट्स करेंगे, ठीक है। And at the same time, while doing projects on Django and Django REST framework, we will be learning about the version control system, which is Git. Okay. So अभी जो रिक्वायरमेंट चल रही है इंडस्ट्री में वो ये है, ज़्यादातर लोग फुल स्टैक डेवलपर्स हायर करना चाहते हैं। सो मैं ये रिकमेंड करूँगा कि आप ये माइंडसेट बना लें कि आप बैकएंड के साथ साथ फ्रंट एंड पे भी काम करें ताकि आप एक फुल स्टैक डेवलपर बन सकें, ठीक है। So after doing all these things, maybe we will be starting with React.js, okay, which is the most in-demand skill for the front-end development right now. Okay, so चलिए शुरू करते हैं Python से। बहुत सारे लोगों के दिमाग में ये सवाल भी होगा कि भाई Python ही क्यों? Because we have lots of programming language over there, like Java, JavaScript, C and C++, right? So guys, Python is now the most popular and most easiest programming language. Okay, ये बहुत ही आसान है सीखना और is being used in many domains. Okay, so like in data analysis, in artificial intelligence and in development, maybe the web or the software development. Okay, और भी बहुत सारे काम हैं जो Python के ज़रिए किए जा रहे हैं, ठीक है। सो उनके बारे में हम बाद में जानेंगे इन डेप्थ। अभी फ़िलहाल हम शुरू करते हैं पाइथन से। सो पाइथन एक जो है वो एक इंटरप्रेटेड हाई लेवल डायनामिकली टाइप्ड प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज है। सो इसका मतलब क्या है, ठीक है। सो जो भी दूसरे लैंग्वेजेस हैं जैसे सी और C++, ठीक है, वहाँ पर हमें क्या करना पड़ता है, पहले कंपाइलेशन करना पड़ता है, ठीक है। हम उसको कंपाइल करते हैं एक एग्जीक्यूटेबल फाइल में। कंपाइल क्यों करते हैं, कंपाइल करते हैं ताकि हम उसको एक ऐसे लैंग्वेज में कन्वर्ट करें जो मशीन समझ सके, ठीक है। देन वो एक एग्जीक्यूटेबल फाइल में कन्वर्ट होता है और वो एग्जीक्यूटेबल फाइल को रन करने पे स्टेप बाय स्टेप्स वो सारे कोड्स प्रोग्राम्स रन होते हैं, ओके। बट पाइथन के साथ क्या है, पाइथन एक इंटरप्रेटेड लैंग्वेज है, यहाँ पे हमें इसको कंपाइल करने की ज़रूरत नहीं होती। हालांकि ये वाइल सेविंग इट ये कंपाइल होता है बाइट कोड में, ठीक है। कंपाइलेशन इज देयर बट इट्स नॉट अ कंपाइल्ड लैंग्वेज। सो ये बाइट कोड में कंपाइल होने के बाद जो इंटरप्रेटर है वो उस कोड को एग्जीक्यूट करता है, ठीक है। सो जब भी तो हमें पाइथन के लिए क्या चाहिए, जब मान लो कि हम एक कोड लिखते हैं, जैसे लेट से हमने एक नोटपैड में एक प्रोग्राम जो लैंग्वेज है, जो लैंग्वेज का स्टैंडर्ड है, उस स्टैंडर्ड में हम लिखते हैं। मान लो हमने लिखा 2 + 3, ओके। सो बट while writing 2 plus 3 on notepad, will it give us the result? No. Why? Because we need some interpreter which will interpret this language, this commands, and will provide us the output. Okay. So उसके लिए हमें एक इंटरप्रेटर पाइथन इंटरप्रेटर की ज़रूरत है, इसलिए हम पाइथन इंटरप्रेटर डाउनलोड करेंगे. अगर आप विंडोज़ यूज़ कर रहे हैं, then you can just go to the Chrome and search for Python and install Python interpreter. Okay. पाइथन के बहुत सारे वर्जन्स हैं, पाइथन 1, पाइथन 2 एंड पाइथन 3. सो अभी पाइथन 3 का यूज़ हो रहा है, तो पाइथन 3 हम डाउनलोड करेंगे और उसी का यूज़ करेंगे. ठीक है, क्योंकि बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं, फीचर्स हैं जो ऐड भी होती हैं और जो स्क्रैप होती हैं जब भी वर्जन्स चेंज होते हैं. ठीक है, इंस्टॉल करेंगे. इसके लिए हमें सिंपली जो है इंस्टॉल नाउ करना है, बट हमें इसको ऐड पाइथन टू पाथ भी करना होगा ताकि हम इसको एक्सेस कर सके. ठीक है, सो हम करेंगे इंस्टॉल. इट हैज़ बीन डाउनलोडेड ऑलरेडी, सो आई एम कैंसिलिंग द इंस्टॉलेशन. यू कैन डू इट इन योर सिस्टम्स. ओके, सो नाउ शुरू करते हैं हम अपने स्टार्ट करते हैं हम अपने इंटरप्रेटर को. आई हैव पाइथन 3.8. सो अगर हम यहाँ पर कोई भी कोड लिखते हैं, in Python we can simply write some expression. Suppose I'm writing 3 plus 2, and while hitting enter it will give me an output. See, we got 5, right? In same way we can print something. So just for printing we can just write print in bracket under quotations I'm writing hello. Okay, see, we got hello printed. Okay, so this is just a simple way to run the programs on Python. Okay, so you just need an interpreter, but with just an interpreter we can't do all those things like development and all. So then we need an IDE, which is basically an integrated development environment, right? So why we need an IDE? Because IDE comes with a lot of features. I mean, it is integrated with a lot of features, like while writing a code we need an editor to write the codes, and then we need a debugger to debug the codes whenever we have bugs, and then also we need some version control systems also. So we will be working on IDE, not on interpreter. Okay, so I have been working on PyCharm, which is I think the best IDE. Okay, so PyCharm आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हो. आप क्रोम पे जाकर PyCharm इंस्टॉलेशन सर्च करो. ठीक है, अब हम यहाँ से PyCharm जो JetBrains की वेबसाइट है वहाँ से हम PyCharm डाउनलोड करेंगे एंड देन उसको इंस्टॉल करेंगे. ओके, तो यहाँ पर डाउनलोड का ऑप्शन है, 2 ऑप्शंस हैं हमारे पास, प्रोफेशनल और कम्युनिटी. हम कम्युनिटी वर्जन डाउनलोड करेंगे. ठीक है, because it's free and open source. Okay, since I have a PyCharm, so I will not download it. Yeah, see, when I run this, okay, it's getting started. बहुत ही सिंपल प्रोसेस है. बस आपको नेक्स्ट पे क्लिक करना है. यहाँ पर क्या है, select the PyCharm community edition version that you want to install. Here we have 2019.3.4. okay, and then you can uninstall the older version, right? So here you have you have to click on both of these. It's getting started. We just need to do next. Yeah, see, uninstalling the older version. So now we are installing the current version. This is the destination folder for the installation. Click next, and then since we have a 64-bit system, and also click on add to path, because you can't access if you don't have this in your path. Okay, systems path, and click on this .py, also open folder as a project. So click on all those options and then click next, and then you can just click install. Okay, so it's getting installed. Okay, so we'll start with the basics of Python. And so first we will see some of the basic concepts, like what are the identifiers and what are the data types and all. Okay, सो सबसे पहले हम बात करेंगे कीवर्ड्स और आइडेंटिफायर्स की. ठीक है, सो कीवर्ड्स एंड आइडेंटिफायर्स में क्या डिफरेंस है? कीवर्ड स्पेस आर बेसिकली प्री डिफाइंड in the language, so we can't use it as a variable. Okay, like if, else, and true and false, none, break, and, or. So these are the keywords which are predefined and have some functionality, defined functionality. Okay, so we can't use it as a variable. Then comes the identifiers. Identifiers are just the names of the variable, for the names we define to store some values. Okay, so now you can see this has been completed, the installation has been completed. So we'll reboot later on. I'm just finishing this one, and we'll start the IDE. Okay, identifiers are just a name which we give to an entity, like any function, any variable, any class, or all. So we usually use the variables to store some of the values, right? So an identifier can be a combination of letters, maybe small case, lowercase, or uppercase, or any digit, and underscore. Okay, so suppose we want to give a variable name, we can give var, var in lowercase, and then underscore, and then 1. Okay, so like this. Let me just show you with a new you can just go to the new project and start it, and then after naming it, you can just start in a new window. Okay, so here we have the new window. So it's creating a virtual environment. Okay, we'll talk about this also, this virtual environment, what exactly it is and why we need this virtual environment. Okay, we'll talk about this while working on the projects. For now, as I said, a keyword can't be used as an identifier, and also we should not use some special symbols in while writing any identifier. Okay, it will not work. We can use underscore, and we can use numbers, the alphabet, or maybe with the underscore, but not with the number. So suppose we have this, and what we are going to do is we are just making a new file here, new Python file. Just go to new and Python file, name it tutorial 1. Okay, fine. So now we have this .py file. So Python file have extension .py. Okay, whenever you are saving a file in Python, you need to make sure that you are saving it with extension .py. Okay, so we'll start with printing hello world. Okay, which is basically every time what we do whenever we get started with any programming language. So we will just write print, then in parenthesis will under quotations will write hello world. Okay, so to run this file, what we need to do is we just need to go to this run. So while I run this this file tutorial.py, we got this output hello world. Okay, oh, that's my bad, I added w. Okay, let me print this once again. When I run tutorial1, we'll get this hello world. Fine. So in same way we can just write maybe a variable x equals 2 plus 3, and then we can just print x, the value of x, like this. Okay, let's see what exactly the value is for x. Yeah, here we got this 5 as the output for the sum of 2 and 3. So in same way we can do lots of operations. Okay, so we just got to know about the keywords and the identifiers. So we now will see about the statements and comments. Okay, so what exactly the difference? So comment are something which is not taken as a command, it's just a line of comment. Okay, so just to write a comment we can just write here that it's a summation. Okay, so how we'll do it, just write a hash asterisk mark and then we'll write it's a sum. Okay, and then when we run it, it will not come up. Okay, you see, it will not take in the execution, it will take it as a comment. Okay, and then for multi-line comment, what you need to do is you just need to add it as a under 3 quotations. Okay, suppose I'm doing like this. See, it came as a comment. Okay, it's completely a comment. Now if I run this file, so this expression x equal to 2 plus 3 will not be executed, only this print statement will get executed. So this line where we are writing some expression and some operation and some command are taken as statement, and some message which we are writing on in the file just to make it explicit for others, so that they could know what exactly this some function do, and what exactly that line, the purpose of that line. We can add the comments. Okay, so this is just a comment, like we added it's a sum. We can do like this, and then we can just remove these 3 quotations from here. So it's a sum is just a comment, and then rest are the statements. So now if I run, I will get 5 as the output of this expression 2 plus 3. Okay, so now moving forward, what we can do now is, so you also should know this, that we write any comment inside any defined function under 3 quotations, it get as a doc string. So doc string just a short description about that that particular function, what exactly it do, and it will come. So you can just get it printed whenever you in the documentation. So it's get added in the documentation a string. So that for that you just need a function which is double underscore doc then double underscore, which is a function to get the doc string out of that file. Okay, so you just need to so suppose you have a double function, and then you have written some comments like I define a function, so def and then we do let's say find is a function. Okay, let's say we say triple is just a function, and we're just passing a number in this function, and what we're going to do is, because we are just tripling this number. Okay, so it's 3 times of that number. Okay, and we're returning this as the output of this function. Okay, but while defining this function I'm writing just under three quotations. What I'm doing is I'm writing a doc string that it is a function to triple the value, okay, just like this. Okay, so this line which I added in the function definition as a comment will come up as a doc string. Okay, so for to get this doc string, what just we need to do is we need to print all those we need to print it as the function name, which is triple, and then we'll do dot, we'll call the method which is doc method. Here we have, which is a special method. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll run this tutorial one. Okay, now you see this, we got this comment printed, function to triple the value. Okay, so this is how it works exactly. So we now learned about these comments and all, and then so now we'll see what exactly a variable is and and how it is different from a constant. Okay, so moving forward, we can just we can, in simple words, we can say that a variable is used to assign some value. Okay, and then later on we can change that value of that variable, just like this. Variable means it can vary. Okay, and whenever we define a constant, it will not be changed. Okay, it will remain as a constant. Okay, so a constant is just a type of variable, okay, whose value can't be changed. Think of it's helpful to think of a constant as a container that holds information which can't be changed. Okay, so suppose we have pi as a constant, pi, which is defined with a value of 3.14. we have gravity equals 9.8. okay, so like this. So whenever we define any constant, what we need to do is so declaring that the name of that constant as with the capital letters, okay, and underscores separating the words, just this. Fine. So this is the basic difference between the variables. So suppose we have x here. So this is what we say a variable. So here we are storing 2 plus 3, which is 5, and now if I do x equals 3, 3 will get printed. Let's see, and if I and here if I write pi in capital equals 3.18. okay, let's save this and run this. So see, now we get 3 for x, not 2 plus 3. So the x is a variable whose value will be changed, and this pi is just a constant. Okay guys, that is all for today. We'll learn about other concepts in the later video. So for now, subscribe this channel to get the notifications about the other further videos. Okay,